So, my name is Grace Stockhausen.
Hi, I'm Beth Mehling.
This is about the Duneland School Board Candidates questionnaire. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, like your length of time in community, occupation, education, family stats, kids in Duneland schools, the works.
Okay, so I am running for the Liberty Township position on the Duneland School Board. I've lived in the Duneland School Corporation for 16 years. I have been married to Joel for 19 years, and we have Brody, who is a junior at the high school, and Elliot, who's an 8th grader at the middle school. I grew up in Northwest Indiana in Dyer. I went to Andrean High School and then to Butler University, where I got my doctorate in pharmacy degree in 2001. I've worked as a pharmacist for over 20 years. Currently am working with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. And my job currently is to manage the pharmacy benefits for the Boeing Corporation.
So, what do you think a school board member does, and how do you view the relationship of teachers, the administration, and school board in terms of hierarchy and goals?
Okay, so the school board has 3 primary goals that I've been told as I've been doing my research for this position. So the first primary role of a school board member is to hire, evaluate, and if necessary, fire the superintendent. The second role is to set policy and to evaluate those policies. And then the third role of a school board member is to set and evaluate the finances. I feel like a school board member, in order to be successful, needs to do those 3 things, keeping in mind the people that will be affected. So the families within the Duneland School Corporation, the teachers, and the students. I feel that it would be my role as a school board member to, as a Liberty Township rep, not only keep those people in Liberty Township in mind, but also all of the Duneland representatives. So in talking with the teachers, talking with students, parents, families, understanding what their concerns are, what their priorities are within the system, and making sure that we as a board would be making those decisions with them in mind. So you asked how I view the hierarchy. I view the superintendent is the ultimate decision maker, the person in charge. Then comes the board. There should be a good working relationship between the superintendent and the board so that they're able to make policies with the best intentions in mind. I feel then underneath the board, there needs to be a good working relationship with the administrators, the staff, the teachers, everybody at the schools. So again, taking feedback from those groups of people and keeping that in mind when you're making policies, when you're setting the finances, just to make sure that everybody is benefiting from those decisions that you're making.
All right. What experience, education, and or attributes do you have that will add value to the board?
So my experience, I have 2 kids that have been in the Duneland School Corporation for 10 years now. And with them going through elementary, intermediate, middle, and now high school, I've been involved every step of the way. So I have been PTO president at the elementary, middle, and intermediate school level. I've participated in the Leader in Me parent program at Liberty Elementary School. I'm currently on the Olveus anti-bullying program leader committee. I'm also on the parent advisory board at the middle school. I've done sports and band boosters at the high school. I worked as a substitute teacher during COVID at all of the schools. So I've been involved at all of the different levels. The attributes that I feel like would make me a good board member, I have had a variety of different leadership positions, both within my job as well as outside of my career. So I've had leadership roles, as I just said, with the PTO. I've been active in my church and have had leadership roles on the parent advisory board. And then in my career, I've been a manager, so I've managed people and have held various leadership roles within my career.
All right. There are some who oppose, others who support the new capital campaign project within the Duneland School Corporation. Where do you stand on this issue?
I feel that the capital project is actually 20 years overdue. I feel that the building, especially with splitting into the 2 middle schools, is necessary. When you look and you talk to students and families in the Duneland School Corporation, they feel that the middle school experience is the worst out of all of the experiences. And I feel that a lot of that occurs simply because of the fact that you have 1,000 7th and 8th graders in one building. That building was not designed to hold 1,000 7th and 8th graders. They're at an age where they need to have more one-on-one staff to student ratio. So I feel that that is a benefit to splitting into those two middle schools. I feel like another benefit of splitting into the two middle schools is the opportunities that those kids will be given by having two campuses. So you'll have additional sports teams, you'll have additional extracurricular activities, you'll have additional music and fine arts opportunities by having those two separate campuses. I also feel that the way that the board has chosen and the administration has chosen to do it by keeping the separate houses, so you're going to have your 5th and 6th graders separate from your 7th and 8th graders, you're still maintaining that intermediate school experience while allowing the older kids to have that middle school experience.
All right. So many parents are concerned about their child being protected to be their authentic selves at school. What does this mean to you, and how will you address those issues?
I feel like while a child is at school, especially in the middle school and high school years, it's a time for students to really explore who they are. I feel like the Duneland School Corporation has done a good job as far as embracing the whole student and letting students explore who they are through extracurricular activities, through a variety of classes that are being offered. I have heard parent concerns about maybe this exploration being allowed to go too far. I argue that if a child can't be their authentic self in school, then where can they be their authentic self? You figure that a student is spending a majority of their waking hours within the school building with their peers, so they need to be able to feel safe, to feel comfortable, and to explore what is their true authentic self. This is developmentally when they're supposed to be doing that. And if they don't feel that they're able to do that at school, I feel that we end up with greater problems. I feel the administration has also done a good job as far as not necessarily taking a stand on some issues that have been brought forward, but instead maintaining a nonpartisan look at it, trying to keep politics out of some of these issues, and instead using the laws that are in place and what other schools in the state of Indiana and around the country have faced as precedent for what they're doing here at Duneland.
A segue into that. In the past, there were some outbursts from some parents over the mask mandate during COVID, allowing gay pride and BLM flags in classrooms. Where do you stand on these two issues, and how would you have addressed them?
So as far as the mask mandate, at the time, the mandate was being handed down by the governor. So that was a requirement for any educator in the state. If the school corporation were to go against that, then they risked facing fines and losing state money by not upholding that mandate. At the time of the mask mandate, everybody was in a new situation. They were working with the evidence as it was emerging. We were in totally uncharted waters. And I think everybody was just doing what they could with the information that was available at the time. I feel like our school corporation did a good job of reacting to information as it was becoming available, changing policies as the governor changed his policies, and trying to stay on the forefront, again, keeping students and teachers and their mental health as well as their educational needs and keeping kids in school. That was the forefront of their decisions the whole time, is making sure that kids could stay in school. As far as the Black Lives Matter and the pride flag situation, I have a really hard time with how that was handled. I feel like the flag situation was handled in a one-sided manner and hasn't been uniformly applied across all situations. As far as recent matters that have been brought to the school board, I feel that the board has been very strong in making sure that they're upholding what current guidelines have in place. So they have referenced Title IX as the guiding force behind what's being done right now with bathroom, sports, and locker room policies. And until and unless those change, the board and the administration has created a stance that they'll stand behind that in order to avoid costly lawsuits and fines that could be placed on the school corporation.
All right. There is a discussion at the state level of having school board members declare their political party membership. Where do you stand on this?
I don't think that politics belongs in the school board. I feel that the school board is solely responsible for making decisions around the school corporation. So education should be nonpartisan, and the school board members should remain nonpartisan with a focus on providing the best education possible for the community in which they serve.
All right. And why should someone vote for you?
The main platform that I'm running on is that I'd like to provide a new perspective for the Duneland School Corporation. So in my pitch, I offer 3 ways that I can offer a different perspective over the 2 people that are running against me. The first is that I'm a woman, I'm a mom. The 2 people that are running against me are both men. Right now, there's only 1 woman on the 5-member school board. Her seat is up for re-election. If she were not to win, there would be no mother's view on the school board. And then women would still remain underrepresented at 20% representation within the board. The second way is because, as I said earlier, I'm a pharmacist. The 2 men that are running against me are running on platforms that they're both engineers, so can help out with the capital project. I argue that the capital project is over in approximately 18 months, and until we have another capital project, really aren't needing construction and engineering expertise. But as a pharmacist, I feel like I have developed a number of skills that I explained earlier that could be useful throughout the entire 4 years. The third way that I feel like I can offer a different perspective is because I'm not a Porter County or Chesterton native. I know it sounds really odd that I would bring that up. As I said, I was born in Northwest Indiana. I did grow up here. I left for a little while for school and for early career, and then came back 16 years ago to start our family. Right now, of the 5 members that are on the board, 3 graduated from Chesterton High School. The 4th taught in the district for over 30 years. So of your 5-member board, you're not getting a lot of outside influence. I feel like because I've been outside of the Duneland area for a majority of my life, I can bring new thoughts, new insights, and a different view into our school corporation.
All right, and that was the last question, so we're done.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you.